If you've ever saved someone's photo and thought, I want to shoot something like that, then this episode might make you a little uncomfortable.
Ooh, spicy.
I don't like the sunnies inside.
You say it.
Okay.
Should I wear my glasses now?
Wait. Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready?
I think I'm ready.
Okay.
We're going to talk about something that nobody in the photography industry really talks about that much, and that's the fact that copying each other is a lot more common than anyone really ever cares to admit.
It's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's start with what inspiration really looks like when it comes to being a photographer and versus straight up copying. Because I could honestly rant about this for days, and I sent Nicola a voice message about this today.
Yeah. You have to start this.
Yeah. So to me, there's a really big difference to sending an inspiration photo and using it as inspiration as opposed to copying it, like just recreating that exact image. I do feel like sometimes the line gets blurred and people look at an inspiration photo and they spend too much time looking at all the details, and then when they're taking their own photos, they don't look the same. So then they keep going back and forth trying to do it. But really all we should be doing with an inspiration photo, when my clients bring me an inspiration photo, I ask, what about this photo do you like?
Love that leading question. Yeah.
And I think that is the best way to sort of go about.
I think it should just be kind of like that. You're having a glance at an image. You're then asking what they like. So then you're picking out those details, and then you're taking that and creating something new with that. Like not recreating it, not copying it, but the inspiration has come from it. And instead of trying to exactly get the pose right, it's like, oh, I'll put my model something like that and then adjust her until she's...
Because the truth is that I shoot dancers predominantly, and the truth is that I will have dancers come to me of any age, adults, children, they'll come to me with a photo, and sometimes I'll say, have you practiced this? And they say no. Like, which, to start off with, is awful. Like, we are not going to be able to do this if they haven't practiced, or if we are able to do it, it might take some time to do, and it's going to not be super quick. But I think the more important part of not being stuck in I'm trying to recreate this image is, what if the pose has her arms up like this, but then your client is wearing a top where that doesn't look flattering, or that pose that we're recreating for my dancers, they actually can't do it.
It's ability levels. Yes.
Yeah. Or even if we were being photographed, you might look really good. Well, you like being photographed from down up. I hate that.
I love a low angle.
Because I can see my double chin. You don't have a double chin.
I have a very strong jawline.
So, yeah, for me, I feel like that's where that sort of comes in, is you can't just look at an inspiration photo and be so stuck on it that's just it.
Exactly. And we talked about this as well in relation to dancing, and you brought it up. We are both dancers. So that applies to ability levels. Sometimes you can't do something. And this is the same as creating a dance routine and choreography. You watch a video for inspiration. I know if I try and copy that, move for move, a lot of the time it doesn't suit my body. It takes me like 3 hours to try and like copy it exactly, rather than me just watching it and going, oh, I like the way that kind of flows, putting it down, looking in a mirror and vibing the own movements that feel into my body. But of course, the inspiration has come from somewhere.
Yeah, and it's really hard to pinpoint where you got the inspiration from sometimes, so you can't say, oh, I got my inspiration from this one thing, or I copied this person, because sometimes I'll go into a shoot and I'll have such a clear picture of what I want and it's in my mind, and then when it comes out and I'm looking at it, I might realize that, oh, I took that inspiration from someone else. For example, my biggest inspiration when I first started was Lois Greenfield, who is a dance photographer, and she does all these amazing material photos and stuff. And I could do photos like that to this day, and everyone might say, wow, you're so creative, like that's come out of your brain, but really that style is so stuck in me from looking at her stuff for 18 years.
I love that. I love that you can pinpoint that as well.
Yeah.
I would say, though, in some of my styles of photography, for example, the upwards angle, I don't know where I got that from. Who knows? I can't pinpoint that.
Yeah, because you do it a lot of
I do it
shoots.
a lot, yeah. And there might be other things I incorporate, like fabric, that I've seen a photographer do, or a certain color palette, but I don't remember what specific photographer it was. Like, I have 60,000 different mood boards and people you see, and like inspiration, I think, is little snippets of data that collect in your brain and come out differently.
And that's okay.
Yeah. Which is the point.
Yeah. As creatives, it's okay for us to have a creative direction that can wave between different people's artwork. And because when we look at something, it speaks to us differently than people who aren't in the creative industry. Exactly. So you and I could look at the same artwork and we're going to see different things, but if we both use it as inspiration, it's kind of like when you're at school.
This is a good example.
When you're in a class and they give you a piece of stimulus to work from, you and it might be a poem, and then they ask you to write what you think it was about. Well, we're all gonna have different ideas.
Yeah, the stories are all gonna end up differently.
Like, they might be similar.
They have similar themes. They have similar little glimpses. Yeah,
but they're all gonna be different.
Yeah,
and I think that's. Yeah, we can look at a photo. I just think it's so important to really like point out, we're looking at a photo, we're looking at it for inspiration. We need to point out what part of the photo. I've had clients bring me photos that are just so stunning, artistically, like technically, all of that sort of stuff, and I go, oh my goodness, like, is it the lighting that you like about this? Is it the color? And they say, no, it's just the pose.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But I was really excited about everything else.
You have to be really clear about that sometimes and make sure that you're honoring, what they
absolutely want.
Yeah, without copying it completely, because if they list everything in the photo, I'm kind of like, well.
So I think the biggest thing to take away from that is we want to be able to, I guess, look at a photo and say, how do I make it look like me?
Yeah.
How do I make this look like my work?
Yeah.
I love the photo. I love the whole piece. I love it all put together, but how do we make it mine?
Yeah.
Because that's what, as a photographer, that's what people are going to buy.
Like, am I going to shoot it from a different depth of field? Is there going to be something else in the way? Is it a different angle? Is it...
What are we going to do differently?
Outfit's completely different, Yeah.
What are we going to do?
We make it fun.
Yeah.
Well, is it definitely recording?
Yeah, it says recording up in the top right.
I don't know, man. Oh, yeah, it does. Oh, yeah. It definitely does. I don't know why I didn't trust it.